Starting your map in Google Maps. It's important to be logged in already to your Google account for education. The easiest way is to go to this Stefan website, click on Google Accounts, log in, and then select Google Map. From here, you should be on this page where you can start searching items in Google Maps. If you click once in the search field box, you'll see My Custom Maps. If you click on My Custom Maps, you'll see any maps that you've started, or you can create your own. So if you click on Create, it's going to bring you to another page. It's the Maps Engine page. This is just one way to get to this Maps Engine page. You may have another way that can get you to the page. This is the easiest way for me. We currently have the light version, so there are some features that you have to pay for that we will not be using at this time. Once you're in this Maps Engine, you can then title your map. So for my example, I'm going to show how to get to Washington, D.C. from Milwaukee. So Washington, D.C., I'm going to title it, and I'm going to click on Save. Now, different layers are going to appear as you start adding. I'm going to put all my cities that we will be visiting on one layer, and any directions that I want to put onto different layers. So the first thing I do is I just leave it as untitled layer. I can name it Cities We Will Visit, and then click Save. First thing I do is I'm going to start with the first city that we're going to be at, which is Mequon. And to be more specific, I'm actually going to put in Stefan Middle School. It will put the pin down to where Stefan Middle School is on Google Maps. If I want to add it to my Washington, D.C. map, I click on the pin and say Add to Map. Now if you look on the left-hand side, underneath Cities We Will Visit, my layer, I have Stefan Middle School. I can edit, instead of it saying Stefan Middle School, I can say Edit Mequon. Since this is the cities we will visit, each of them should start with the city name. And I can put in a little description. We will meet here at 3:45 to leave for our trip to. If I want to add in pictures, I can click on the Add Image or Video icon. Few different ways you can add them. You can do a Google image search, you can add by URL, or you can do a video search. So if you have an image that you want to add that you have taken, something that you can do is take the picture and upload it to your Google Drive so you get the URL. Now for your Africa project, I'm guessing most of you do not have pictures that you have taken yourself, but some of you may. So that's how you can do that. Otherwise you can do an image search and right in here. So I will just do search, and here is a nice one, Stefan Middle School. Click select, and I have my image. If I want to add more, I click on the plus sign here, and I can continue adding images to this part of my map. Once I'm done, I click on Save. Now the next city we will be visiting is Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the airport. Milwaukee Airport. So I click on Milwaukee Airport. It's going to put the pin down. I click on the pin. I say Add to Map. I click on it again, and I can edit. And I can say Milwaukee, since this is cities I will be visiting. I can put in information here, flight number, put the flight number, departs at, put the depart time. Again, I can add in a picture if I would like, and I can click Save. If I want to, on the left-hand side, under all the different pins you have added to your map, you can click, you can notice a little edit icon. That means you can change the color and the style of the icon for what you've added to your map. So maybe I want to make all airports purple, and I want to make them a square. you can look at more icons as well. So maybe there was even a airplane somewhere that I could add. There we go. So that is how I add different places to my map. If I want to add directions, let's say directions, and that will be a new layer, I can go back to my first pin, click on it, and say directions. On the left hand side it will say, well, what type of mode is it? They only have a few options: car, biking, or walking. Where's your starting point? Well, I want Mequon to be my starting point, so I actually just click and drag. My ending point is the airport. That's the airport code for Milwaukee. And it just added in the route for this driving from Mequon to the airport, and it even puts it in the directions from Mequon to Stephen. Now, our next stop is going to be the airport, so I'm going to put Dulles International Airport. It's going to fly us all the way over there. Add this marker to my map, but when I'm clicking on it, oh, there it is, add to map. Now remember, this is an airport, so I go back to the left hand side, I go to my edit, I'm going to choose the airport icon and X out, and I'm also going to change the name, and it is in Sterling because I want it to be a city. I guess, and I click, I can add in here landing at, click on save. Now if I zoom out, I will see the different pins that I have pinned on my map so far. Now I'm not going to be able to get directions flying from here to here on Google Maps. It's only driving, biking, or walking. But what I can do is I can add a line, click on the one, and fly all the way over here, click here, and then click one more time on the ending point. So you click on the ending point twice. Title this flight distance, and then I can do a quick Google search for flight distance from Milwaukee to Dulles Airport. And find somewhere, usually one of the sites will tell us how long the flight is. Milwaukee to Washington, 617 miles. So then I can go back to my map and put in here 617 miles. So you have to do a little searching outside of Google Maps. And then I can click save. And now, on the left-hand side, we're slowly adding to our travels around the United States from Mequon to Washington. From here, I would probably zoom in again, and I would start adding to the different places that we would be visiting in Washington. I right now am in the regular base map, but you can change the map to the different styles: terrain, satellite, regular map, political, atlas, and so on. So this is how you add to Google Maps.